Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by ForPatriots.com and Patriot Patch Company. Did everybody have a good turkey day?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ate too much.
Yeah.
Same here.
Jim,
Yes.
how was your turkey day?
Fried up some turkey. It was a little bit overdone, but it was pretty good.
What'd you do? Forget to take it out of the fire pit?
Deep fried it.
Ah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw you drop it in the fryer and you didn't start anything on fire.
No, I did it out in the yard.
So good job for that.
Yeah, we smoked a turkey breast, had a ham, all the side dishes, and I say as we get older, we're not eating as much. We got too many leftovers.
Heck, I fried 3 chickens after the turkey.
How many people did you have over?
Me and the wife.
Oh my God!
I have to confess, I was up in the heart of enemy country, so 2 of those chickens went to enemy country.
Yeah.
I was up
I hate
in
when
New
that happens.
Jersey. Jersey City, New Jersey.
Nice.
No,
Paul, how about you?
I had a good Thanksgiving. It was just 3 of us, my daughter and my granddaughter and myself, and not
Yeah.
bad. And again, I ate too much. My doctor's going to be after me because I was doing good. I was down almost 20 pounds, and now I put a few back.
It's allowed. It's a holiday. Ray, how was yours?
Good. Like I said, we smoked a turkey and a ham, and had my younger brother over, and he brought his kids over, and had a good time. And like I say, we don't eat as much as we used to, so it's just leftovers go another 2-3 days, and till you get tired of them, you say, "Heck with it, we're throwing it away."
Yep. Nick,
And Nick and Caitlin were over, so
nice.
then they headed back.
How about you, Chris?
I went up to the in-laws, had a good time with them. No elk to be found anywhere on the ranch.
Boo.
Yeah. It's been a weird year for elk up there.
Yeah.
gotta ask a question. Who is Caitlin?
Nick's sister.
Yeah, Caitlin's my daughter.
Very nice.
So, speaking of questions like that, hey, Nick, has Candy found you yet?
That's where I was trying to go.
I was waiting for that. I'm like, where's Jim taking this?
Why do you think he's flying in on the 20th to SHOT Show? You got to have a couple of days with her.
Nah.
Oh,
No.
so I
Nick,
made
you
turkey
dog
pot pie
me.
this year.
Oh,
You're a dog,
So-
Nick. Shame on you. Well, of course, you're shameless.
That's tough.
I'm afraid to ask.
I don't want to know. But Paul Loud's got it wrong. Armpit is Chicago or Cleveland, one of the two.
Chicago is more like the backside.
Jersey's the butthole.
Can we just say Chicago's the dump? It's just terrible.
So
Who likes Chicago?
hey, speaking of things Chicago, Nick, did you see who the Red Wings signed today?
No, I was busy today at work. I didn't look at my phone.
Patrick Kane.
Really? That kind of shocks me.
I know, and only 2.75 mil.
If he can stay healthy, that's the question.
That's part of it. So it depends on how well he comes back from that surgery. But yeah, so I made turkey pot pie. No, I didn't make the crust because I'm smart and know how much time that actually takes. Pet Ritz to the rescue again. So, but yeah, it worked out pretty good. I bought a breast from Costco, which was a pretty good price, and then a bag of mixed veggies, and then I made up the gravy sauce and put it all in the in the pies and threw it in the oven. So, and we had corn casserole and green bean casserole because those are the wife's favorites. So,
Tell me about this corn casserole. I never heard of it before.
Oh,
Oh,
Like
Oh.
cornbread?
I do.
Yeah, then
Oh.
Mike can fill you in.
so it's simple ingredients. Excuse me. Basically, you've got the Jiffy corn muffin mix, can of cream corn, can of regular corn, 8 ounces of sour cream, and 2 eggs,
mix it together and just
and
Oh.
a third cup of butter melted.
You already started giving me a heart attack or a stroke. I'm not sure which. Go on.
So mix it all together. Pour it in a 13 by 9 pan, and put it in the oven for a half hour at 350.
Sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
It's amazing. So
I need to get you all hooked on cheesy corn.
that's good stuff too.
I love cheesy corn.
Yeah,
That's a
and all-
KC specialty.
And you can jazz up that corn casserole, dice up a jalapeno, put that in there, and a little
Some
shredded
green
cheese on
chilies, whatever
top.
you want. Yep.
What do you mean, a jalapeno?
Well, depends how spicy you like it.
I probably wind up putting about 5.
Well, Dad, as long as there's no seeds in it, there's no heat with a jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've also been known to use habanero just for orneriness.
Yeah, but same deal with the habaneros. Just take the seeds out, and all you got is the nice flavor.
Mm-hmm. Besides that, the wife has some ornamental peppers in the yard, bird peppers in the yard. Oh my God, those things should be illegal.
What is it?
Bird pepper, it's ornamental pepper, about 2 inch and a half, 2 inches long.
Get yourself some Carolina Reapers.
She uses that. There's a sauce in the kitchen made with that shit. I kid you not.
Yeah.
We do pepper well.
the little Korean peppers, that are about
Oh, yeah.
half
those
an
are
inch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
gonna
those
bite.
are deadly.
We do pepper.
So
I found out something. To start off with what we do in Guns and Reloading.
oh, you found out where the gun range actually is and how to pull a
Yeah.
trigger?
Mm-hmm. I found out what I got to do to start sorting wheel weights because I got about 1,000 pounds of wheel weights, and it's a mixed batch of wheel weights.
Yeah.
Segregate the zinc from the lead and all that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of work ahead of me.
So is there a quick way to do it?
Yeah. Pair of lineman pliers. If it won't cut, it's zinc. If it does take a deep bite, it's lead.
What temperature does zinc melt at?
About 850, I think.
And lead melts at what, 680?
680, 690.
680. Okay. So just keep the temperature low and just dredge off the stuff that floats.
Yep.
That's all. Why bother? I mean, get yourself a
Well, I plan on using the zinc wheel weights for shooting.
yeah. Okay, then still
He has jumped on the Andy Z70 or Andy
Right.
79 Z20.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, Andy, I just slaughtered it. But he's jumped on Andy's bandwagon. So
Andy Z2879.
Yeah.
I saw Raggle Fraggle's comment. The problem is most of the stuff in America that they're saying is wasabi isn't wasabi.
no.
It's actually horseradish.
It's colored horseradish.
You bet.
Horseradish makes a good sinus cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Even I take it easy on that stuff.
I used to just scoop it onto lunch meat.
It's good on roast beef.
Yeah.
Indy has a restaurant that specializes in their horseradish for their shrimp.
Mm.
Yeah, it's about 6 on the Scoville scale compared to normal horseradish. So
Nice.
yeah,
Mayo, horseradish, and a good piece of prime rib, man.
Yum.
no mayo. I'm sorry. You gotta
It's
stop
not-
that. Get the heavy cream out. Get a cold bowl, whip that heavy cream up, and add the horseradish to the heavy
good.
cream.
That'd be good.
Be still
I don't
my
know.
arteries.
I don't put toppings on my prime rib.
No, just give me
It's
some
like
au jus.
putting-
That's all I want.
That's like putting steak sauce on your steak. What the hell?
Well, the
I like
horse-
a little bit of salt and pepper on the prime rib.
Yeah,
I
don't
did
drink-
find out a good use for steak sauce though.
What's
Turkey
that?
breast.
Okay. Yeah, but horseradish and heavy cream whipped. Yeah, that works.
That sounds tasty. So, but
Especially if you can get a good piece of horseradish at the farmer's market and
Right.
Peel it back yourself and then run it
Mhm.
through the food processor. Yeah.
For that though, I've always hand grated it.
You can do that, but I'm just lazy. I mean, food processor, I
Right.
got a great big KitchenAid one and it does
Yep.
wonders.
I've either, but I got one of those choppers. You know, the ones you smack down. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the glorified nut chopper from Pampered Chef, and I've used that too. It works out pretty good.
My father-in-law still grows horseradish, so it's
Nice.
Yeah,
So-
you get a nice piece of root about this big, about that big around.
mm-hmm.
Tasty.
All right, you make me hungry. I want to dive into my smoked chicken sitting over on the counter. I got one over there. I got to get another one off here in about 5-10 minutes.
That's right. You got the chili cook-off thing tomorrow, don't you?
I do. I got one that's done. One's about 10 minutes from being done. So I'll
Running
pull
with
them right
scissors
after.
said, heavy cream makes the good butter, a la KitchenAid. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw. Speaking of the KitchenAid, you know how it's a pain in the butt to get it to sit there with a rubber spatula and scrape everything off the whip or the whisk attachment. Somebody made a cover that you slide up, and so you get it almost to the top of the whisk part, and then when you're done, you just slide the cover down and it wipes the whisk clean for you. I didn't bother to figure out where it was or how much it was or where to get it from because I was busy scrolling through Instagram. So
Well, both KitchenAids get a workout in my kitchen, so
Panjacky's having some typing problems, but giving me crap that I'll hand grate horseradish but won't make pie crust.
mhm.
Yeah, have you done both?
Yeah.
Hand grating horseradish is a hell of a lot easier. There's no
There's a-
rolling pin involved.
There's an art to making good pie crust. There really is.
That too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
cold
do
water,
it.
cold water, ice cold butter, a food processor, and keep your fucking hands off the pulse control. After 3 pulses, and you're done. That's it
Mhm.
for pie crust. I mean, problem is most people go in there and they go, "Brr, brr, brr," and that's it. They've gotten it. No way, no how. You got to have the layer of butter and flour in that to make it work.
So Panjacky says Panjacky equals chef. Well, that's what I
Yeah.
kind of figured.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to assume that maybe you were a dessert chef. I figured maybe you were like,
Sous chef.
could have been a sous chef or, could have been a hors hors d'oeuvre chef.
Could he have
or-
been a faux chef?
I don't know. Or he could work at a choke and puke.
Ooh.
Yep. Flip
So-
burgers at McDonald's.
Oh,
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think the choke and puke was
I'm
probably the
kidding.
stretch, but so
time to roast the peanut gallery.
anyway. They're gonna pick on me, I'm picking on them. So but yes, grating horseradish is a heck of a lot easier than making pie crust. So and by the way, Paul, I wasn't allowed to use the food processor when I was making the pie crust.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you had the cutter with the
Yep.
little, and you go like this. Okay.
Yep, that's what I got to use.
It works.
So I
It
mean, I
works.
can make pie crust. Trust me, I'm pretty good at it. But do I want to? No. And by the way, Paul, your crust comes out better if you actually use lard. But it's
Yeah.
harder to find.
Oh, I got 3 or 4 pounds in the in the pantry.
Right. I'm just saying,
Because-
as a general rule, most people don't have lard in their house for cooking.
Yeah, well,
They may have some Crisco, but not lard.
no, I have real lard, and it's the thing is that every once in a while during the summer I make tamales. So
Mm,
and you can't use butter or anything else but lard when you make tamales. So that's
Yeah. No, Raggle Fraggle, if you want to make ice cream, you do it the way Jim used to try and clean brass.
Not quite that bad.
What? Make it with Alox?
You put it in the bucket and you strap it to the truck wheel, and off you go. Like what Jim tried to do with. By the way, that's a nice Pizza Hut glass you got there, Chris.
Little Jim Beam and Coke.
Nice. I don't even have anything. I drink something. Weird.
Martha. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Martha Stewart edition of the Reloading
Yep.
podcast.
Oh,
Yep.
we could fill 3 or 4 or 5 hours with that.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Might be a holiday special where we talk.
So
You know,
Dishes and stuff.
deer camp food and everything.
hey, did somebody write down when I said we're going to do the 2 live call-in shows?
No.
Hang on, I can go back. I'll pull the video up and watch it real quick. It was at the end of the last episode.
Nick, you're making one hell of a secretary.
Don't shave
Hey.
your legs though. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that won't happen. That won't happen anytime soon.
Raggle Fraggle said, "Criticize all you want, but strapping to the wheel works." No, I'm not criticizing. It does work. So
Works very well to run about 2 pounds of brass.
no,
Yeah,
no,
but
no,
he's
no, no,
talking
no,
about
no.
making
We're talking
ice
about
cream.
ice cream.
So if you want to do that with ice cream, that
Did I
works.
put it in
Yeah.
the calendar?
So December 5th, they said.
Yeah, I trust them about as much as I trust my memory. So
That sounds about right. One of them is. I thought.
Yeah, I think you were going to do 2 shows in December, Michael.
mhm.
I mean, if Paul Loud says it is, you know it's got to be true.
No, it's the 12th. December 12th, because I actually did put it in the freaking Reloading podcast calendar.
Now, how many shows are we doing from Shot? We did what 2 last year, didn't we? Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah. We can do that again.
What do you want to do? 5 and 12, Mike?
So we're doing it December 12th and January 9th are the
Okay.
2 call-in shows.
You might want to make a note of that.
I did. It's in the calendar. So
Oh, that's right. I seldom look at the RLP calendar.
Six Pack Project said, well, while we're at it, the best pasta sauce is sausage gravy.
No.
And then Pan Jockey said, as long as the pasta is biscuits.
Okay. I'm like,
Well, Real Italian sits down and says it's great. Calls pasta sauce gravy. Okay, so
Yeah.
depends upon if he's a
Yeah.
real Italian,
They say, do you want white gravy or red gravy?
right?
And the correct answer is both.
They even have a pink gravy. Okay, so
Ken Brown said, "I don't need to watch the. Guess I don't need to watch the show as I know the answer to the question, the title show." So, nice try, Paul. Or should I call you Will? Oh no, you said your name, not your wife's name. Nope. Anyway, so
You're bad, Mike.
somebody's got to be. Might as well be me. I'm good at it. So I'm gonna trim the beard this week.
Do we have a show topic tonight?
Yeah. Does dry
what's
fire
that?
training really help?
we were dry firing, weren't we? I mean, we're taking pot shots at all these guys out here,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
That's a form of dry fire. That's for damn sure.
So does dry firing help anybody?
I think it helps with trigger control.
Okay.
I agree. I think it does help with trigger.
Yep.
I think it does to a certain point. I know back when Nick and I used to shoot a lot of CMP matches, we dry fire in the basement from prone at a small dot on the wall, and that helps you with trigger control and sight alignment. But that just gets you steady and stuff like that. But I don't think it truly replaces live fire on the range.
No, nothing does that.
No.
Friend of mine, Cope Reynolds, Southwest Shooting Authority and all that. He used to sell, I don't know if he still does or not, but he used to sell a dry fire kit, trigger conversion for Glocks. And what it did is it eliminated the need to cycle the slide every time you dry fire. I didn't even know who saw those kits anymore. I got one for my G22.
Well, if you remember, I know Paul and Jim probably remember this. We used to do that in the military, dime washer drills. Put the cleaning rod in the end of the M16, put that dime on, and practice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to do on a front sight, especially those wings on there. My God, you'll do it right. You will drop it. You can also do it on a flash suppressor.
That cheats though. Got a lot more support,
Mm-hmm.
especially on an M14. But yeah, shooting CMP and that, practicing dry fire was the only way to really to get trigger control and breathing and everything else down right. Because you can incorporate all that into your shooting game. PRS, there's a couple companies that make focus limiters, so you can focus down to 10 or 15 feet. So you can dry fire, down a hallway or something with your rifle. How about all the laser adapters that are out there now that you can practice dry fire with your Glocks and such.
I can
I
do
can
it with
do
the
that with
AR.
my-
Sorry, Jim.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say you can even do that with the Mantis X with your AR.
That's
You got,
true.
what is it, the Blackbeard or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
have,
different ways. Go ahead, Jim.
Thank you. I have a Crimson Trace grip for my 1911, and for my Ruger Mark II. They tell me how far I bounce when I hit the trigger.
Then
It's
isn't the
interesting.
Criminus-
I tried that laser grip on NRA Bullseye. Of course it wasn't allowed, but I tried it. And it does help you tighten up a little bit, but that's just it. You got to learn what you're feeling. Dry firing helps you learn what you're feeling.
Yeah.
But the problem with the the Mark II, the Ruger Mark II, the problem is, of course, you got to cycle that darn slide every time you dry fire.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just like, NRA 600 yards at a CMP match, you're basically single shot shooting at long range. You're putting in
Mhm.
one bullet at a time, to shoot 600 yards. So I don't know. 1911's been doing it for so long, it just kind of comes natural to pull the hammer back and try it again.
That is one that's very easy to dry fire.
What
1911.
is?
All you got to do is work that thumb.
Yeah. Double action pistol.
Revolvers
Yep.
or Brennan 82s and the like. So I've got a couple of things I'm going to show off tonight. Manus X10 Elite, their laser training academy, it's the Laser Academy, and then the Blackbeard X. So, to be completely honest, I haven't paid for any of these. The Manus X10 Elite was sent to us by a listener, and then the Laser Academy and the Blackbeard X were sent to me by Mantis for testing and evaluation still. Troy, which dry fire mag do you use? I don't remember the name of it. So Troy Clapton is one half of God and Guns here on the network. So now the only problem I may run into here, gang, is the fact that I haven't used these in a little while, so they might be a little dead battery wise. That's why the Blackbeard's sitting at my feet charging. But I can show you what the Manus. So this is the 10X. Let me. Things here quick. Need that. So this is the. Oh, I should add myself here. So this is, wow, I look old. This is the X10 Elite. It's real simple, goes on a pick rail. So, it's got a little screw in the front to lock it in, but it just goes on like that and then connects with the app on your phone. So I know this one's dead because I haven't done it since I got the Laser Academy, because the Laser Academy, frankly, is better and more fun.
So with that one, Mike, you have to rack it each time?
Yeah. So that's why the dry fire mags, dryfiremag.com is where Troy got his. They make them for all the Glocks. I don't remember what else they make them for, but so. But the nice thing about the 10, if you're going to get one of the X series, the nice thing about the 10 is, and I didn't show this off, they all come in carry cases and stuff, so they're portable. But the nice thing about this, it comes with a universal Picatinny rail, which you can attach. It comes with different spacers. So different hardware for attaching the different things. And the other nice thing is this you can use on a bow or on a shotgun. So that's kind of the nice thing is it's really adaptable. So, and it kind of goes over in the instructions on how to adapt it to each individual setup. So, and Jen Champ said they make it a mag adapter plate for attaching to the for the Manus X. And I think that's what that one pick rail adapter is for, actually, is to go on the bottom of a mag. So that's the 10, which, like I said, that's the one you want to go with off the if you're not going to go into the bigger stuff. So this is the full set Laser Academy. So, and I've showed this off before, but I'll show it off again. It comes with targets. So you've got different setups. Like this is going to be your start and stop target. And then you've got your standard Manus target. It gives you a bullseye target too. It comes with target stands, a tripod. Here's the basic set. So this is the advanced. So it comes with those targets. It also comes with a lot of noise. Let's go. And then it comes with a bunch more targets. You've got like different, and you'll notice it's got QR codes in the corners. That's part of the programming so that, excuse me, basically this works in tune with a smartphone or a tablet. You can use it with like an iPad or a smartphone or an iPhone. And that's what tracks your shots. Now, one of the things, excuse me just a second. One of the things that this comes with, this is the smaller kit. So you've got a laser. This is hammer activated or striker activated. So the firing pin actually sets it off. Where'd it go? So, so it's cartridge specific. It comes with a little tripod for setting your phone on. It comes with a holder adapter to put your phone in if you're using a phone. This is sticky stuff to put the targets up on the wall. And then here's your smaller set of targets. This is the base kit. So this is the base kit. Comes with a dowel for knocking the laser back out. So like if I was going to use this with my Glock here, just take and you drop the cartridge in, the laser cartridge, shut it, and then pull the trigger, and every time you pull the trigger, the laser goes off. Now, you do have to... Oh, Ray Coronado Jr., most importantly, the X10 can do live fire. So you can do dry fire drills. You can also take it to the range and see if it's actually working or not. So that's the only drawback to the Laser Academy is you have to cock it every time to get to go off. But if you leave the mag out, it works really nice. And my kid's going to come over and help me shoot some videos. So, and it's held in with O-rings, so it won't fall out when you're doing all sorts of stuff. You actually got to use the dowel to knock it out. All right. So, questions about those two, the Laser Academy and the 10X. And Ken says, don't leave the sticky stuff on the wall too long. It'll peel the paint. Well, yeah. So the other nice thing about Laser Academy is, so I've got a laser light, which is basically a laser trainer. And as you can see, every time I pull the trigger, it shoots a laser. So you can use this with the Laser Academy too. There's Laser Light. There's a couple other companies that make these. If you watch Amazon, these things go on, the laser lights especially go on clearance every once in a while. Okay, so I didn't know that about the X10. I haven't played with it. So, but I wonder if you'd have to have a special holster. So Ray, Ray Coronado Jr., do you have to have a different holster to be able to have that? Or do you mount it on the mag? So. So, Clifford Zach, the point of the dry fire mag is it automatically resets the the sear, so you can go ahead and keep shooting. That's the benefit of the dry fire mag. So, and Ray Coronado Jr. and Gem Champ Jr., it's a junior party, both said the mag adapter or the adapter on the mag. Now, see, I'd show you how that works, but I don't have any Glock mags because when I bought my Polymer 80 lower, I bought two 15-round Glock mags, Palmetto or Magpul, but I can't find them. So this, yeah. So this is the other advantage of the Laser Academy is you can use it with like one of these. But yeah, the X10 or the 10X has a lot of stuff. When you go into the app, so when you buy the Laser Academy, it comes with the Laser Academy app, which is separate from the normal Manus X app. Where is it? And then, so one of the things, so like here, you can kind of see it on my phone. There's 3 different Manus. This is all for the 10. So there's a standard app, the archery, and the shotgun one. So they use a different app. And then the Laser Academy one's up here. So let me sign into the Laser Academy quick. Yeah, and as Troy was saying, one of the things with the Manus is you can compete with others. The app tracks your score, and you can add people to your groups and compete with others. And Laser Academy is the same way, and I think the Blackbeard's the same way too. So, like, and they add fun things like they've got right now. they added some bells games. And you can print the targets for the fun stuff. So, but they could do like the Die Hard, where you have the gun behind you and draw and shoot. They have the Konami code, shot from guard or Loredi, single rep, multi rep, male function drills, single targets, multiple targets. And then they've got courses of also, which is they've got a pistol marksmanship course. So. But yeah, so I mean, it's got a lot of different options to really help you. So the other thing I wanted to show off is we'll talk about in a couple minutes. I'll show that off in a little bit. But right now, what does all this help with? Why should we do all this? I know you guys were kind of talking about this a little bit when I was away. But what does all this do? What does dry firing do?
Helps with trigger control. Helps to teach you how to hold your hand motionless while you're trying to drop that trigger without moving the gun. Because the idea is if you flinch slightly or if you twitch slightly, push the gun left or right, whichever, up or down, you are off target and you'll probably miss, especially if it's something important. And I do mean life and death kind of important.
Yeah.
That's a
Let's
good
face it,
best one yet. The 2 words. Ray Coronado Jr., good man. You get a star on your comments for that. Nobody can see the stars except the hosts.
Basically, guys, we don't get out there and train enough with our handguns.
That's right.
I mean, so anything that you can do, spend 15 minutes a day with a training aid, and it's going to improve your shooting if you're being realistic with yourself.
Best summarization I've seen. Dry fire helps with pistol stability. Thank you, Mr. Coronado.
Mm-hmm. Gerald Fickner wants to know, is it illegal to the federal law to sell reloaded ammo? No, if you have the correct FFL type.
That's right.
So
Type
Is it-
7, manufacturing.
I believe it used to be class 6.
It's type 7 because that's what I have, and I can make ammo and firearms suppressors, everything.
Oh yeah, 7 does that, but when
Anyway.
I had one too, it was class 6 years ago.
yeah,
But
so
that was decades ago.
yeah, if you go to the ATF website, you can take a look under
Yeah,
FFL.
it's 150 for 3 years. So
But so yeah, it helps with muscle memory, presentation, helps with aiming. Because especially when you're doing stuff like this, one of the nicest things about the Laser Academy and the 10X and the Blackbeard X and also some of the other competitors and even some of the laser light stuff is not only are you practicing trigger pull and everything like that, but it's scoring you as you're going. So you can actually improve. And I haven't used these nearly enough, but I know a lot of people that do, and they've definitely seen improvement at the range with actual live fire. So, because you are developing the muscle memory. Rusty Guy said dry fire allows you the perfect draw stroke. So sight alignment is perfect every time. Can't shoot red dots without lots of dry fire. And that's true. When you put a red dot on a pistol, it is not simply pulling up and looking down your sights, because that doesn't work. So,
Well, that's what threw us off at shot last year at range day was that Taurus revolver. All of us had that issue with that red dot because we weren't used to it, and you had to actually kind of tip it down a little bit.
Got to find the damn thing.
yeah, I have to do that when I shoot mechanic. So,
Well, the problem is with some of us older people, we can't see the sights and the target like we used to. As you get older, your eyes don't can't make that fast focus and be able to see the target and the sights at the same time. And so you may see the target and your front sight might be all blurred out. Red dot helps that, but also red dot has effect on the gun itself as far as you're looking for the dot. You're not aligning it up like you would with a set of iron sights. You
Right.
look for the dot, and if you get used to where the iron sights are and the dot is in the field of vision, then it becomes a little easier, but it's still a lot to comprehend and go over. You just can't switch to a red dot and fly and as fast as you can if you are conditioned to go with iron sights.
And I've never shot a pistol with a red dot any fair amount of time. Do they co-witness like a rifle?
not always.
Okay. So I can see where that's where a dry fire would definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's total different sight alignment.
If you have suppressor sights on, a lot of times you can they'll co-align with it. But if you don't, you're gonna sit down. It's just a dot that's out there in the world, and trying to get it, where it's supposed to be. I have a hard time with my M&P 9 compact with the red dot, and I'm going to a different trigger system to see if I can get better at it with instead of the standard trigger on it, something a little bit lighter.
Well, seeing as how the standard trigger on an M&P is absolute freaking garbage.
Yeah, I know.
So, but to kind of go back to that co-witness thing, that's why. Oh yeah, this has taller than average sights. So if you look, this actually has standard height Glock sights on it. So I kind of put them up together. You guys see that?
Yeah.
So you can see how much taller it is on the PSA dagger. So that way, theoretically, it does actually co-witness in the lower third with the red dot. So the way it's supposed to work is the red dot will actually literally be right on top of the sights. So it would be a 6 o'clock hold, essentially, on your sights.
Okay.
So
yeah.
for those of you who don't know what I just said, let me get a target out here and I'll show you. You typically with open ice sights, you either have a 12 o'clock hold or a 6 o'clock hold. Oh, that's right. Those are all sealed. And so what that means when you're looking at your target, 12 o'clock hold means if you're aiming for the bullseye, then you cover the target with the front sight. Okay. 6 o'clock hold means that if you're aiming for the bullseye, your front sight should be below where you want to shoot. So So your red dot should be a 12 o'clock sighting, and then if you've got co-witness sights, your actual irons would be a 6 o'clock. So if that makes sense. So basically, if I've got a pistol with a red dot, my red dot's going to be aimed here. And then as I'm looking down the sights, my sight, top of my sight should actually be about here, give or take, depending on how far out you're sighting it in for.
Mike, hold that target up again, please.
So
Now, Mike, at the bottom of the black bullseye, the 6 o'clock hold, usually on NRA style bullseye shooting, is at the very dead center, but bottom of the black target.
At the
Because
7
that is-
ring.
Yes, that's where the 7 ring begins.
That's
way down here.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. That's where NRA style bullseye shooters align to, because that
But
is a tangible point.
What distance are they shooting at?
50 feet.
Okay.
But anyway, the idea, of course, is to put your rounds all up in the X. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike.
So
the reason being, Mike, is that you can see the actual difference in the sight with that black circle, and then the it's like a lollipop. You're seeing the black circle, and then
Right.
the sight comes up to it. It's a lollipop, and that's how we were taught.
Okay.
If you need to shoot lower, you just cut a little white into the target. You need to shoot higher, you cut a little bit of the black off.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course, with the non-adjustable sights, you've got to figure out what you're doing, because you got to aim where the impact is going to land. But you've got to take and use windage or elevation.
Yeah. Or if it's non-adjustable sights and it's Kentucky windage.
Yes, sir.
Well, hopefully you can take a lot of shooters do is they take a file and put a file to the sight.
That's right.
And windage, you can knock them back and forth and line it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I called the 1911 sights, issue sights, non-adjustable.
Yeah.
Other than the file and drift method.
Right.
Yep. So, on the red dot, Rusty kind of clarified it. Rusty guy did. Said, don't look for the dot at the target. And the dot comes to the target if your grip and draw are correct. He said, don't look for the dot, look at the target. And then the dot comes to the target if your grip and draw are correct. So what he's saying, sorry, that's not what I was talking about. But what he's saying is if your grip and draw, so when
if your
you're
grip
pulling,
is correct, the dot should come onto the target. That's
Yes.
basically what he's saying.
Yep.
So if you're drawing your pistol and your grip is off, that dot is going to be off.
Yep.
So
this is provided that the red dot is actually sighted incorrectly. So
right.
Yeah, and I think that's important. Even you can practice with one of those dry fire systems all you want, but you still have to take your pistol to the range with your dot and sight it in correctly before you will get a matchup between the two.
correct. Just like if your sights are off, it's not gonna it's not gonna help. Or if your scope's off, however you want to. So.
Yeah, but once you're sighted in, you should be pretty repetitive from the practice went to the real thing.
Yeah. So the other thing that I got from Manus was the Blackbeard X. So this is the second iteration of the Blackbeard. The first iteration, you had to have a separate, like the Manus 10X unit to go with it. The Blackbeard X actually has the Manus X system built into it. And so that's kind of the nice thing about that. Basically, it's a 2-component kit. You've got the BCG, so which has got the electronics and stuff in it, and then you have the battery pack and the actual the Manus setup, and so it goes into the AR style. So how it works, you pop your rear pin, which most of the time you should be able to do without tools. Having the BCG forward. And then you remove your BCG and your handle. And now it's absolutely a non-firing firearm. You drop the Blackbeard in, close it. Put the pin back in. And then you put your mag in. So, and now, every time I pull the trigger, laser goes off. So now I can do I guess if they take the video down, they take the video down. I don't care. I've shown it's an inoperable firearm, so
That's
just
right.
like-
That's what I was about to say. That firearm is not operable.
none of the firearms I have in front of me are. This one is not. This one currently is not. And this wasn't even a firearm. So I guess if they want to, be themselves, then, so be it. So, but it doesn't want to connect right now. Anyway, so that's the setup. And then
Is that what you wanted, Mike?
what's that? Oh, no.
Nothing.
No, I didn't want that camera up. Now the question is,
I can see where that setup in the AR would be really helpful for anybody who shoots high power matches.
well, here's the other advantage for it. Practicing your
CCD.
house clearing.
That's what he's saying, putting targets up in separate rooms, and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You could even do post-it notes. You wouldn't have to do targets. You could just do little
Yeah.
post-it notes.
I couldn't believe how closely Mike was controlling his group on the wall that's safe with the laser shots. I mean, he wasn't going more than 2 inches, and he just slamming away on the trigger.
Yep. So to give you an idea, here's the Manus X app. So you can choose your firearm type. Come on, focus. There we go. Your hand, what type of fire you're doing, training. Your mount direction, mount location. So, and all of that. So, and then basically what it does, so you can add groups. It'll show you your history. You can hit train. So it's got a shot timer feature. on the Manus X. So if you're a competitive shooter, you can do that. It's got reload drills, all sorts of stuff. It's definitely worth it. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, just as you can see. So here's the other thing is the laser itself is actually adjustable as part of the Blackbeard X. It's got a windage and elevation set up in here. So you can adjust it so it's actually sighted in for the firearm. But so that's kind of the cool thing about that. And then when you're done, say it's a rifle you're going to want to keep using for training. Just pull the mag out and now it's not working. So now you can hear, I just clicked it and it clicked once. So, but as soon as I plug the mag back in, it resets. So that's the Blackbeard X. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take this one down. If they do, then I'll just shoot another separate video and post it. So I don't have
What-
fly, but
What's price on something like that, Mike?
320 to 350.
I don't know what the Blackbeard X goes for now.
320 or 350. 350 for the green. On their website.
They're pretty
Okay.
good at running sales though, from time to time throughout the year though.
And there's a lot of other companies that sell them.
I can get you 10% off. Mantis is dead right now. Olathe. They're always running 10%. They've been doing that for 4 months now.
Yeah, Shields has got it for $339. Right now. So, and they did come out with one specifically for the MCX because for the SIG MCX, because the SIG MCX is a popular style, but it's not an AR. So, but ooh. Anyway, so a couple of different options. There are other companies out there. I have not personally tried any of them, but of course, they also haven't sent me one to try. So, like I said, Manus sent me the Blackbeard X. They sent me the Laser Academy. So, yeah, you can definitely, if this is something that people want to get involved in, shoot us an email and we can set up some dry fire stuff because I need to get motivated to do it more often. And so if we get some people, some listeners and stuff that want to do some competitions and stuff, we can do that because that's the Manus program is set up to do that. So that'd be fun to do. And then we can track and stuff. So,
Well, Troy Clopton pointed that out that he could compete online or in the same room. Him and his son compete with dry firing.
Yeah. So, and like I said, the Laser Academy is really nice. Using the laser light pistols really helped because the trigger's actual garbage. So here is. I'll show you how much creep there is in this trigger, or how much take up. So, all the way to there, and I've still got take up into there. So, literally. So it really.
It's as bad as some of the older Rugers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really long. So, But like I said, these laser lights, a lot of them you can find, and they make a revolver version too. But you can find them. CERT is the other big one like this that's out there. So I'm just looking here. So like this one here on Amazon right now is 120 bucks. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones that are out there too, different companies and stuff. Theoretically, you could just use a laser itself, but the problem is you'd have to figure out how to turn it on and off to get it to be able to adjust and that type of thing. So Laser Light makes the inserts as well for the guns. I don't know if they're more for bore, but I think they're more of a bore sighter. But their little pistol's a little snubby. So, but like I said, with the Laser Academy, it comes with one cartridge, and then you can buy other cartridges. So just the standard Laser Academy, I'm just looking on Amazon right now, is $159.99. Ken's yelling at me because we needed to bring somebody on that was an actual active red dot shooter. So, which we probably should have, but that's fine. So, Rusty Guy said I'm too cheap to spend $300 on a dry fire trainer. I am reading old school books on handgun shooting, and the information has dramatically improved my shooting. There's that option too. So, but you know, if you get for the Laser Academy, 380 is 159. Looks like they're all 159. There's 380, 40, 45, and 9 for the Laser Academy setups on Amazon. And I understand, Rusty Guy, that helps. But these also can benefit. Maybe it's not for everybody. But it's definitely something that can pay off. So. And Chris checked. Manus does offer a military discount, law enforcement discount. So, Ken says you don't need a laser trainer, and even if you do have one, it's only a small part of what you should be doing in dry fire. Ken, I don't think you understand what the Laser Academy actually does, based on that comment. So, is dry fire the end all be all? No. Actually, if you want to spend some decent money, go get yourself a really good trainer and take a really good class. That's going to be your best money spent. If that's not an option, say you live like Chris does out in the middle of BFE and there is no classes, then, you know, maybe it's an option. But honestly, the best thing to do is take a class with an actual, honest to God, qualified, good pistol instructor. So, but, so. Ken
And
says
just
he
make
has
sure
it.
you research your instructor before you take the class, because not every instructor is good.
No, they're not. So, yeah. And just because they say they're NRA certified doesn't mean anything. So, good or bad. I'd like to qualify that. So,
Amen to that. About their qualifications, I mean, amen to that.
So,
NRA certified, that's a paperwork deal. That's all that is.
well, no, I mean, you do have to take classes and you have to prove that you can. So, but
If you want to go to somebody that isn't going to be around a lot anymore, try to go to Thunder Ranch with Clint Smith.
Mhm.
He ain't going to be around much longer.
we already lost Tiger.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Clint Smith at Thunder Ranch is everybody you ever talk to says they're good, or the whole entire group, even if you don't get Clint. So, but I mean, it's one of those things that any of these, whether it's the Laser Academy or the Manus X or the 10X, or the Blackbeard X, or the other couple companies that are out there, they only are going to do so much. You can videotape yourself while you're
drawing and shooting.
Yeah,
And yeah.
So, I mean, you can do all that.
You can get a shot timer from
Everywhere.
Yeah, that'll have a cadence in it where you can learn to draw, shoot, and keep a cadence of your shots up. It'll give you a beep every time that the gun is supposed to go off, and it's settable, so you can, get a realistic time.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe doesn't the Manus X do that too? Give you a cadence.
Yeah, for certain ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can do like shots, multiple shots on multiple targets,
Mm-hmm.
Different things. So, I mean, there's lots of different things you can do, and depending on which option you're using. The X10 Elite is $249.99. So, and that's on Amazon. But the X10 isn't the only one they've got. They've got X3, X2, X8, which is strictly archery. The nice thing about the X10 is that it's got all of it kind of together. So Ken Brown said Vortex Edge has good instructors. He said the drawback to the Laser Academy is you run into, when you're doing multiple shots, is when you don't get the trigger reset. For something like that, if I'm going to do training like that and I'm working on trigger control and stuff like that, that's where this would come in handy, because you can just literally otherwise what Troy was talking about earlier with the dry fire mag.
Yeah.
So and there's other companies that make the laser inserts. So say you buy the Laser Academy, you can get other companies that make the drop-in cartridges too. So So yeah, the nice thing about the dry fire mag, yeah, it's a little costly, but like I said, oh, they've got a military Leo first responder discount. The problem is they are pricey. So, but the nice thing is it'll automatically, but Rusty Guy said best device better get. Oh, best advice ever. Spend your money on a good class from a qualified trainer. Yeah, absolutely. I would say that is the ultimate. So that is absolutely the ultimate.
Good trainer though, specific. I mean, that is really the hard part because there are so many out there nowadays.
Yeah.
When I took my CCW class in Arizona, I spent about 800 rounds on my 3-day class.
Mm-hmm.
We did some serious shooting.
And the one thing I will recommend when you're going to take a class, buy factory ammo. Yes, we're good. Yes, we want to be hand loaders, and yes, we want to shoot our own ammo. However, you're not there to prove that you can load your own ammo. You're there to learn. And if you have the possibility of issues, which let's be honest, if you're a reloader or a hand loader, it's not if, it's when. That's why you want to buy factory ammo and not Winchester White Box. Spend some money. You're spending money on the class. Spend some money and get some decent ammo. To give you an idea of the dry fire mag, it's $90 for the one for my dagger. So, and most of them are about that. But it automatically resets. So when you pull the trigger again, it's already just like you're shooting. So, you know, it's how much money do you have to spend and what's your situation and whether it's worth it or not. And probably for a lot of shooters, Laser Academy, 10X, well, not the 10X, but the Laser Academy or the is not necessarily a good idea. The 10 or the X10, absolutely a good idea because that's dry fire and range time. So, and it will tell you range time wise is you know what you're doing. If you're jerking the pistol and stuff like that, it can tell you. So, and like they were saying earlier in the chat, for draw time. So, if you're gonna conceal carry, you need to practice your draw and aim because just think of it like the Old West. Were the gunfighters the guys that sat there, put their gun in their holster and let it sit there? No. They're always drawing and shooting. So, and if your range won't let you, that's one of the things nice about the the X10. I always do that wrong. Sorry, Manus. The X10 is you can draw and dry fire, and you don't have to worry about your range being all pansy. Blah, we don't want you drawing from a holster because you're going to shoot the ceiling and blah. Because you can dry fire that and practice it that way. So. But I mean, what some people do is they just go out to public hunting land during hunting season, draw on fire, shoot a tree. So, I was shooting at that squirrel. I missed. If you're going to do that, make sure you got a license, though. So I'm probably looking at starting to carry this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pocket carry it in my cargo pants. Not in the upper pocket, but the lower pocket. There's some options for that. And so I'll spend a lot of time practicing and drawing. I prefer pocket carry to inside the waistband. I've just gotten really comfortable with doing pocket carry and I'm very good at concealing it. And when you're somebody my size, IWB or OWB isn't always necessarily an option. And with what I do and what I'm doing a lot where I'm moving around and stuff, wearing a photographer's vest or something like that as a cover garment kind of looks really goofy. So it kind of really stands out. So I have to look at other options. And Ken said pocket carry is Meal Team 6 approved. So anyway, actually I could do what Sean Heron's doing lately, which is he's got a fanny pack from Blue Alpha. So, but I'm not 50 yet, so I'm not doing that. Zeke. Comment from Zeke, and yes, this is coming up. So I know you have all done this about 4 times before, but I think it's about time you do a beginner reloading podcast again. Yes. Especially now that I've got the second camera, which I can actually get set up and everything. We are going to do a beginner and advanced, and I want to try and do as many demonstrations as I possibly can. But we've got 2 call-in shows coming up. We've got Christmas and New Year's, which we're not doing shows. We've got SHOT Show coming up, so we're probably looking at February. Okay. It's on the calendar. It's planned and scheduled and stuff. We're going to sit down and we're going to actually Zoom call or whatever the hell we're going to do. And we're actually going to plan these out this time. And screw you, Paul Loud. And we're actually going to, do a really good job on the beginning, because what I want to do is I want to be able to actually upload it onto the YouTube channel and have it there for reference. So, but what we're going to do this time, Paul, you know how we did 1 week beginner, 1 week expert? We're actually going to do a full set beginner and then a full set expert.
Okay.
Not the back and forth like we did before. So.
Best advice I could tell you, you novices out there, get yourself a reloading book. I generally preach the ABCs of reloading.
Or 7.
To start out with. Yeah, get yourself a reloading manual. That's a good place to start. The better place to start is a reloading book called ABCs of Reloading. It's not a reloading manual. It's about the equipment you'll be buying and looking at on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the difference between a Redding Mags. Oh, what the hell! The 7-stage turret press, as opposed to the Elite Classic 3-hole. Just 2 radical examples. One's a beginner press, and the other one's for pretty serious reloaders.
Fraggle Fraggle, we need to talk. He said there's a way to do the call-in show through Discord if that would be easier. I'm very interested. So Raggle Fraggle, shoot me an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com.
Have you ever voice chatted on Discord, Mike? It's very easy to do.
No. We're talking call-in show, so it wouldn't necessarily be just the voice chat. So
Be a camera and voice.
We can do camera, voice,
so,
everything.
But yeah, Raggle Fraggle, shoot me an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, and then we'll do some conversations. So most reputable manuals have basic info as well. So like the Lyman 50th goes through Lyman, Lee, Hornady. They all start out with the basics of reloading. So a lot of them are pimping their own products, which, I don't blame them. So, but like here's the 50th. So, you can see they're talking about scales and different, things to look at. So powder choices, compressed powder loads and that type of thing. Propellant versus case volume. They go into a lot of detail, a lot of them. And then, I've got the Lyman 49 and 50th. I've got the Hornady 10th. I've got Sierra's edition 5 7th printing. I have Lee 2, this 2nd edition modern hand loader. I actually have the 1st edition in digital, but and a bunch of other stuff. So with reloading manuals for data, it's like the old adage: 2 is 1, 1 is none. So, I mean, you can get through life using one manual and only one manual. You can do it.
Mm-mm.
You may miss stuff.
Nope. You can't get it. You can't do that. One manual doesn't cut it.
Depends on what you're doing. I mean, it is theoretically possible. Should you? Hell no.
Not for optimum performance, but I mean, it'll go banging.
Absolutely not. I need some cough medicine.
Books last a long time, guys.
I agree with that
Books are-
because the
books and
information we put out there right now is volatile. When the power goes off, that's it. You're done.
Yep.
Whether it's in audio, video, or even printed text or typed on screen text. The hard copy will not disappear, disintegrate unless something extreme happens like fire or water.
Right.
But
So-
we've talked about this in the past. A reloading manual from the 60s, same bullet, same powder, will have different load recommendations in a modern book because of the powder.
2 reasons. Powders improve over time, and lawyers got involved.
Yep.
So,
And insurance companies.
your powders are a lot more efficient nowadays than they used to be.
Well,
Hodgdon reloading data on the web is not bad. But yeah, if you lose power, they won't hold up as long as Jim Stone carvings. My question is, Jim, where do you store them? Because that's got to be a lot of weight.
Right next to his sundial.
Is that in the back of the Ark? No response from Jim. Wow.
Oh, you're getting a response, but it's on screen.
No. Zeke said if you buy one brand of bullets and that's the only brand you will ever use, you could get away with one manual.
Wow, good luck. You can't. I've never found one brand of bullet that you could stick with.
I mean, if you're depending on what you're shooting, say you're like,
True.
30-06 and that type of thing, you could probably get away with Sierras. So, but he used the thin stone. Okay, but it's on his
Hammer's
cave
just
wall.
as bad as Paul Loud.
Dang it.
Flexible, like the screen to fold.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I think the peanut gallery is trying to turn the roast the host tonight.
Turnaround's fair play, right?
That's right.
That's right.
So,
Because of the
so
fact, I have a couple reloading groups. One's about 12,000, the other is about 33,000 members. I've taken a lot of roasting over the years, so you guys go ahead and do your best.
Yep. So Pan Jockey said, reloading cast 8mm Mauser, the 44th Lyman has 700X and IMR 4227 as an option. I don't have any of the powders from the Lyman cast or the Lyman 50th. Feeling a little weird about a 700X and an 8mm Mauser.
What bullet? That's the question. Oh, so you just put okay. Hang on.
That's going to be a low pressure, low velocity.
165 grain.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, if they're just straight cast and he's not trying to push him to the moon.
2,400.
Yep,
If you can get
that'll work
2400 or accurate 5744. Those are 2 great powders for cast bullets anymore.
5744. Right there.
That's-
Stop.
Yep, I've been running that with everything. Being that you can't find 2400, 57 is all my cast loads right now.
One powder that will work with just about everything.
Yep. It meters well. I had one time I was shooting 7.65 Argentine cast bullets on 5744 I was getting single digit SDs.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was cold outside too, which kind of shocked me.
Double wow. So
Let's see. Probably one of the best cast bullet books you can get. I know Jim will agree. Let's see. 165. Right there. Best load, most accurate, 5744. So yeah, it's not the cheapest powder in the world, but it works.
Yep. So
And
All that dirt you got from the previous shot, Nick, gets blown right out with the next bullet.
Yep. Yeah, they're great. It's good stuff. It's one of the best powders I've worked with here recently.
what a lot of you reloaders now don't understand that when Jim and I started reloading, a lot of the powders that we had were recycled powders from
Yep.
World War II and the Korean War.
yep.
Surplus powder, absolutely.
Surplus.
Hey,
That's
hey,
how
hey, I still
Hodgdon
use that.
started.
Oh, you're
Same.
too young.
We still use it. Oh no, we still use tons of that.
WC 844, WC 846.
Got some in the shed.
I understand, but I'm talking about, IMR 4895.
Oh yeah, the old stuff.
4831.
Yep.
Those were actual powders you bought from Hodgdon.
Like 6-pack project put on there, reduced lead loads, kind of like using 10 grains of red dot. But Nick's shaking his head because he's brought some calibers back to life just by using a cast bullet and a moderate load.
Most of my guns that I can't find production ammo. If I can make the brass, and if I can cast the bullet, I know I can find a powder that's going to work in it just fine. And
There
it's
you go.
not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt the gun.
Zeke, we don't go there anymore.
Yeah, we can.
I think I think it's pretty leaning one way anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely gone the way of powder coating.
Yeah.
So
Which I haven't done in a while. That's my winter project.
Idaho Rogers USMC wants to know about cordite.
Oh,
Good luck finding any.
You can't. It's not produced anymore. Besides, well, it is. It's only produced, I think, for ceremonial things for like the warships that still fire some of the guns. But
Oh,
I
I
think
think the 5-inchers still use cordite.
yeah, I know the Navy ships still use them. I just don't know. First of all, who's making it for them, and I know you can't buy it production just off the shelf.
But I think the load with cordite, the cordite sticks are put in basically a straight walled case. Then they're bottlenecked. They're just formed a bottleneck, and
Yeah.
Last time I saw cordite was some old Milsurp 303.
Yep. Good old Milsurp 303. Mark 7.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right,
I know.
gentlemen.
I saw Idaho was asking about reloading with black powder. I know. If you ever have any questions on that, Idaho Rogers, shoot me a message. I know I do. 1, 2, 3, 4 different cartridges.
yeah.
With black powder?
West Covina Dodge
Yeah.
does a lot with black
Yep.
powder.
He's the one that helped me out. Wes Covina did a lot with getting into 577 Martini, stuff like that. So
I think
I got to load up some 45 with black powder.
I love black powder. It's just so fun to shoot.
I got 4 pounds of Golex.
Ooh.
6-pack project earlier mentioned red dot. To me, that's almost a universal powder too. Does a lot of cartridges. It does shotgun shells. It does
Great fire forming with brass powder.
forming of brass. Yeah.
Well, we got Unique that does that too.
Yeah.
Trail Boss, which I know we can't find.
It's vaporware.
Yep.
I got a few pounds of that still.
So do I.
Calling it a night, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
Night,
Good night,
Jim.
Jim. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary
Night, Jim.
Jane.
Keep
Chris the
them
Man,
tablets
the
warm.
superstar, Chris Sharp, the way to go.
I got to find something that I can use this powder on. H450 Win 785.
$7.85. It's a Magnum rifle primer, powder. 7 mag. You might be able to get away with it on in 30-06, but I'd have to check.
Yeah, I'm looking to see here. But anyway, I don't know. They had $16 on it at a gun show. I told them I'd give them $8 for it, and they took it. So, and
Hey,
it's
there you go.
pretty much 2 pounds.
There's nothing else that's trading fodder.
That's right.
Or fertilizer.
Just don't burn your face with it.
Oh no, I didn't think it that way.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to do it anymore. There's your bird.
That's like going back to your the 50th edition Lyman, Mike. That has both. What's nice about that, it has both regular FMJ and cast bullet data in it, which is really
Yeah.
nice. You don't see that a ton.
Lyman does that, I think.
Yeah,
Not
I think
Lee does that as well.
it must be in the new one.
No, Lee will do it. It has cast bullets and jacket bullets.
Yeah.
I use a Hornady and Lyman. What I use, and then strictly get cast. I use the cast bullet handbook.
The thing we talked about SHOT Show last year, the reloading data website. Have you bought any of those lately?
I don't have to buy anything.
Well, I mean, have you downloaded any?
You just print them off. It's
Print
a
'em
printable
off?
page. Yeah, I haven't printed any off, but I always
She
look.
never did get back to me for. my
Yeah, I'm
subscription.
hoping she's there because we'll say something. Either she doesn't work there no more, or something.
Got fired for giving the discount out.
Yeah, we'll figure. We'll try to work some magic again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
So you sweet talked it in for yourself, and nobody else got it.
I'm sorry. I tried.
You worked some of that candy magic, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, good grief.
What's weird is if she wasn't employed there, you would think they would delete the email, and you would get an email back that it's not an active email. But I don't know.
Well, with my original contact at Arrow, it took almost a year before I started getting automatic emails that person no longer worked there.
Oh, jeez, a year. Okay, we'll say
Yeah,
something. I
so-
still have her card, so I'll make sure I write that down or take a photo of it before shot, and so we can ask. Yeah, 'cause I wish we could get that discount because that's nice to have, and I use it quite a bit. Just if I'm at the store looking at powder or stuff.
So it looks like 785. Win 785 was the original 243 Win factory powder. So I'll have to go diving back into some of my older manuals.
I always watch them on auctions if I see a lot of old reloading manuals. If it stays cheap, I try to pick them up.
Yep. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for now. So we'll talk about the patch of the month. So for November's traditionally had 2 patches for the month. Usually one Thanksgiving related and then one Black Friday related. So here's the 2 patches that were for November. I haven't seen December's yet, but it should be coming. You can become a Patch of the Month Club member if you want. You can either, if you want to be a Patch of the Month Club member and help out the podcast, you can go to the podcast Patreon link, which is in the show notes, and sign up there. Or if you just want to, otherwise you can just go to patriotpatch.co and sign up there to be a Patch of the Month Club member. They also have lots of other cool things, T-shirts and counter mats. And sorry, I'm waiting for their website to load. They've got little magnet plates to put them on, all sorts of fun stuff. So lots of cool things there. Now you can also go to forpatriots.com. Go to forpatriots.com/FRN. And that will take you to our own special pricing page for y'all. It's got different emergency prepared deals. They're usually running a contest of some sort. They've got the different solar generators, the survival food kits, which is actually pretty tasty, believe it or not. They've got the little solar cell phone charger. They've got water filters. They've got emergency food bars now. They've got rechargeable D-cell batteries now that they've got a little kit. So they've got a little portable blender, a therapeutic blanket, so all sorts of good stuff. They've got a sun kettle solar cooker, so you can heat water. They've got a solar fridge, all sorts of different fun stuff. So check them out, forpatriots.com/FRN. All sorts of good stuff there. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank our Patreons. One of the things I'm going to do on the 9th call-in show is we are going to have a drawing for Patreons for a Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper on the 9th of January. So we'll do the drawing live on that show. Current Patreons will be eligible for that. And just giving you a heads up on that. The other news, we are actually all caught up. Thank you, Chris. Through Chris's Herculean efforts of editing, we actually are all caught up. We have no more shows to edit and post. I'll actually, as soon as we're done with this and it is able to, I'll download it and then send it to Chris so he can edit it sometime this week, and then we'll post it Sunday night. Go back to posting on Sunday nights like we used to. So as long as Chris can edit it, if he can't, then I'll edit them on Sundays. So, but that's about all I've got. Anybody got any shout outs?
Your 785, use H450 on it for load data.
Yep, it was showing that was an option. So
yeah, but 7 mag, 300 Win Mag. It's slower than Reloader 25.
okay,
a little faster than Accurate Mag Pro. So yeah, it's a slow powder.
okay.
Go to Accurate Shooter and they'll let you know about some loads that are online. I have to go back to my 25th and 26th Hodgdon manual to dig it up.
Yeah, I'm in the Hornady 4th right now, rolling through ballistic tables. I think I went too far. Ooh, ballistic table wind drift. Uphill, downhill tables. Oh, this is volume 2. That's why I forgot.
Yeah, you need volume 1.
Yeah, I have both. So. Oh, anyway.
I would like to add, if anybody looking to get something for Christmas, Tesla is running. If you sign up for the newsletter, you can get 10% off any of their products. So,
Yep.
And they've got a bunch of stuff, whether you want a solid rod, which I've gotten. I just recently ordered the Monitor and a 45-inch flexible rod that I can take to gun shows and auctions and stuff with me. So they're getting
Nice.
So that's testlong.com, and they got a bunch of stuff. Give them a look.
They ran some good sales during Black Friday.
Yeah, I bought a couple things.
So, all right, gang. On that note, keep your brass shiny.
Jump on the Millsap short bus.
Teach them to shoot and reload when they're young.
Shoot smarter, not harder.
My grandpa said, "Don't listen to your mama." He said, "Violence does solve problems."
Make sure you're supporting Second Amendment, whether it's local or national organizations. There's a lot of national organizations hauling a lot of states into court, and they need funds for that because the state just gets to use our taxpayer money, which there seems to be a never-ending supply. But in order for us to challenge, we got to pay for it. So, and if you're struggling, especially with the holiday season here, it's always a rough time for a lot of people. Whether it's seasonal depression disorder, which is real. Don't laugh at people when they say that. It actually is real. Otherwise, it's, missing loved ones on the holidays. Make sure you're looking out for your friends and family and people that you know. If they're struggling, 1-800-273-8255 or 988 from a cell phone. Get them to call. Obviously, it's the old adage, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Give them the information and just be there. Sometimes they just need to listen. They just need somebody to listen. So, but just, realize that mental health is a serious thing and we all need to be supporting each other. So, on that note, good night.
Good night,